The World Priest Apostolate began 21 years ago. It was an inspiration that I received in a time of prayer to promote the priesthood at any price. So at the time I was running my own advertising agency, and I still do have my own advertising company, but it doesn't quite interest me as much as it would have done in the past. But we're able to use all our talents and our gifts to promote the priesthood at any price. Our whole team were praying as to what we would possibly do in Thanksgiving for the Year of the Priest. And this inspiration came to me very early one morning of 20 countries, 20 mysteries. And I just knew that it was something really important, and I had to discern and I had to listen and listen again and sort of say, oh God, I'm in 20 countries, 20 mysteries. What is this? And I go, oh my gosh, right, it's the Rosary, and Our Lady, she wants the Rosary. So that was the beginning of the Global Rosary Relay. We thought there had been many Global Rosary Relays for priests, but there never had been apparently. So this was the first, and we said, well, that's great, we've done it, and you know, let's move on to other things. But everybody wanted it to stay. So now it is an annual event which takes place on the Feast of the Sacred Heart every single year. And it's just become huge. The entire world are taking part each year in the Rosary Relay. Well, let's take a typical shrine dedicated to Our Lady. What they do is they gather there at the allocated time, because every time is listed on our website. So it's all website based for information, and we also supply all the different shrines with all the promotional and advertising material that they could possibly require. So we try to help them as much as possible, and please God, in time that will involve more TV, radio, broadcasts from all over the world, from every single location. So what actually happens on the day, a particular shrine prays the allocated mystery, and so they, as I said, they gather, and the first thing that they do is they pray the apostolic blessing which Pope Francis imparted to the Global Rosary Relay. So that starts. They then pray their mystery of the Rosary, and they then read the beautiful prayer which His Holiness Benedict XVI personally wrote for the Global Rosary Relay, so that each location would pray that prayer as the connecting link between each country. But that doesn't mean to say that everybody cannot pray that prayer at any time. It's absolutely beautiful, and what a gift from the Holy Father for him to have written the prayer. Then what they do is they name the date for the next year, and they then spiritually pass it on to the next location. So it continues right through the entire day from dusk to dawn. Well, we can never pray enough for our priests. We can never be grateful enough to our priests, because they are alter Christus. And without priests, we do not have the Eucharist. And if we don't have the Eucharist, we shouldn't even go there, but the possibility of such a spiritual famine in the world would be like absolutely, totally and utterly devastating, unthinkable. So I think it's so important that we pray for priests, and that we use the communications media to reach out. And there's another side to the Global Rosary Relay, is that young men who might be considering priesthood would realize if somebody's going to so much trouble to have a world event every year, like maybe I should consider maybe thinking about priesthood. And also people of no faiths can join in, and the Rosary Children of the World, they participate each year also. So you've got all the little kids from 4 years old up all participating. It was really an inspiration that I was awoken with, and I just knew it was Our Lady and that she wanted this 20 countries, 20 mysteries. But when I prayed and contemplated a little bit more, I realized this was something far much more bigger. So I gathered with my whole team, and we said, look, we would plan this Global Rosary Relay, but because our apostolate is specifically focused on supporting Catholic priesthood in terms of informing them, affirming them, inspiring them, it was an obvious follow-through that the Global Rosary Relay would be for priests. A priest friend of mine pointed out something very beautiful the other day, and he was saying that all of these shrines to Our Lady, she asked for these shrines to be built. Like if you even look at Guadalupe, if you look at Knock, if you look at Lourdes, if you look at any of the shrines around the world, she inspired somebody, either through the visionaries at the time, that she wanted a chapel built there. And when you look at like the hundreds and the hundreds of shrines that participate, that it's giving great glory to Our Lady. People can go to WorldPriestcom and they will find much information there in much detail. It's a very rich website. It's always a growing project. It's always a project in action.